My overall thoughts are that these groups obviously have submitted budgets, expecting to know by the date everyone, July 1st, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is something that we note as something that is a bump for this process. Obviously, we came into this process, this was the first time any of us have done this process, and we knew there was going to be ups and hiccups. So this is something to keep in mind and figure out how to work with moving forward. So if that is something as far as all competitions need to be done through SAHAS or something like that, that's something to think about in talking with these groups specifically of how their experiences are and what they think should, like what their feelings are, if that would be better for them. But I think this is something for sure that's going to have to be thought about in the fall semester.
7.4.3, they could come to SAHAS and ask for more money.
You're right.
Yeah. Although the other debate is for us to
Whether they're not to hear it.
it imperils the success of the event. If that's $120 additional dollars in travel costs, it might be hard to convince the board that is imperiling. All right.
Or 7.3.5, we could just add that right now if we wanted to.
7.3.5.
7.3.5.
Yeah, I'll work as much as I can do. Maybe a little bit better. Which will be before we start taking these hostile to a factor in that. All right. So is everyone okay with ethics bowl funding at $1,500, not funding food and drink? All right, Scott, you should count around 3. Up next,
What do you want to do?
Wait, we have 1,500. Yeah.
Yeah,
1,500.
ethics bowl competition, 1,500. Up next is moot court, common vision, 75. Merchandising giveaways, 0. Is everyone okay with this concept? Are there any objections with merchandise and marketing section?
0. And then fully everything else.
All right. Hearing no objections. Next one's going to be.
Wait, so do we know where it is now?
No, we're doing this in order they can come to SAHAS if they want to change it.
Yeah, funding comes out to be different. All right. Competition, conference and competition costs, $3,200. Are there any objections?
Who is this for?
Moot court.
Which one?
Wait, what?
Moot Court, American Moot Court Association Regional Tournaments.
They're not listed yet.
Yeah, never listed those sites yet. But the main reason why the costs are like that is because typically there are 3 that they try to attend and bunch them together. It's really in terms of if a student can't make one, make sure there's another option for since it's possible.
So all competitions are fully funded. We have 1, 2, 9, 2, 5 left over.
All right, and then so everyone's okay with that 3,200 here for a total of 3,275. All right. Those are debated.
So those all competitions.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's now a $1,200 that's going to get that from his house.
Yeah. I don't know about your legislation to increase competition percentages.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of glad it didn't pass at this point. I was expecting that competition costs would be higher, just because those are usually the ones that are above this one for money. So,
But intellectual stories levels.
So conferences?
all right, yeah. So conferences. If you guys want to open up and start looking at which ones have conference costs, or in terms of where we want to cut. Do we want to just go down the list, or in order to save time, each of us can look individually? If you see one conference that could be cut, we can bring it up and talk about it.
Well, so you funded conferences at registration 100%,
Yeah.
lodging at 50%, travel at 50% for all of them.
Yeah.
So if you make cuts, I think it would need to be equitable cuts across the board.
Well, you can also put like for National Society of Black Engineers, aren't they sending like a ridiculous amount of people? They're sending 150 people.
I think that's
it.
What do you think there's like 100?
Oh, no, it's for
No, that's.
Wait, what
30.
about,
My bad.
what about the
as
Well,
their
the
honor.
conferences, like the stuff that's under the conference, but is still considered like competition.
We funnel those out with the exception of the chemical engineers, but do we wanna do it for
And
these
who is
places?
still there?
What is still there?
Pam who?
I mentioned it, could we not move? Because it's essentially, sorry, it's very similar to United Nations.
Can you win stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, you can win stuff at almost every conference.
Isn't it half and half though? Shouldn't
Is
it
it,
just like half
can you
of it?
win and can you place?
It's just their reports.
There are awards given out at conferences.
Yeah, every conference has more students, like, most spirit, most part, that kind of stuff, but can you, like?
No, like, because it's like, not.
What are the awards exactly?
Yeah.
Then what are the
Yeah,
awards?
I think you're getting real granular. I think, my opinion, my advice as your advisor, just put it, as always. You could say, as your statutes say, you prioritize registration and then travel or lodging, which means
Travel first.
travel and then lodging. So you go through the exercise of saying, okay, if we zeroed out all of lodging and travel, where would we be? How would we be at our,
Would we be out of that?
would we be out of that? But then if you're like, yes, and we have, $10,000, okay, how are we gonna allocate the rest of that $10,000 in the conferences? If not, then you have to say, okay, what percentage are we gonna cut from registration to get out of the pool? It's about how, I think the point of, part of the point of this reform was to get away from the arbitrariness of like, well, yours just seems better than yours, like, you fund conferences at this rate. You fund, and then if you have money, you can fund lodging. That's my advice. What did you do?
If it's all the same, I'd like to keep all the conferences kind of in the sections that they are. If we switch any of them over to competitions at this point, we're gonna have to be doing cuts across the board for competitions as well, since we'll be over in the whole that section as well. Cause even for this one, for AMPU, we funded it at the conference rates. So we brought it back, that's 2,500, and then we're in the red for about 2,000, or no, we're in the red for about 1,000 in terms of competitions, and then we're gonna have to come up with some way to cut evenly from all of those, and I'd rather not. But if anyone has any objections with that, please let me know. We can switch that over. Alright, so someone want to have those notepads ready? We're gonna see what happens when we cancel out lodging for all of them, for keeping track, since lodging is low on the priority.
Making a list of all of the categories.
For this one, next 400, so someone can have $400.
Off of AICHE.
It's just off, it's just, yeah.
It's just gonna be
You don't
like-
actually, we're just,
Oh.
well,
Yeah, fortunately, so office, then, lodging is 1,000, so minus 1,000.
Keep her going.
Crew. No, crew was all bundled together, wasn't it?
They had two, so.
They had two of both of them were bundled together. The off-campus retreat was just
Well,
registration.
that one is just registration.
And this one was just registration.
This
That-
is
that
just
wasn't bundled
registration,
together, that's
that
under
doesn't have a
registration.
bundle, it's the other one that's bundled.
Alright, but we already cut that one down, so we're not gonna touch that right now. And here's about borders. Campus, NICS, 800. Oh, no, changed to 1,000 to 500. Let me get that right.
What do I do?
The 1,000 in that list, change it to 500. 2,000. Minus 6,000. Minus 550. What do we have?
That's it?
$10,250.
Off of your,
Subtract.
minus.
What was that number?
10,250.
10, 2, 2. So we're still in the whole 23 for Colorado, Washington. All right, let's look at cutting travel next. 1,000. Plus.
Wait, what?
Plus what?
Minus
1,000, plus 400. Plus 100. Plus 7,500. Plus 2,000. Plus 150. Plus 1,200. What do we have?
12,300.
12,350. So we're still in the whole 10,000.
Now, do you need to make a cap for people?
I don't know how much a cap would help us since we didn't do any calculations of per head.
Well, so if you funded registration at 75%.
Alright, let's check it out. Registration at 75%.
So it's, what is that registration?
For now, just add up all of the,
And then.
add up
Yeah.
registration, so we can also have a number of how much they would cost.
Yeah,
or
alright, so-
how much we're allocated.
Making a list. per
Okay, go ahead.
category.
Total registration adding 1,000. Plus 700. Plus 9,625. Plus 4,887.5.
Wait, 4887.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus 2,600. Plus 2,000. Plus 6,000.
I don't know.
Plus 840. What do we have?
I don't know.
27,000
$27,252.
times 175.
And 50 cents.
So
Sorry, 20.
someone save that number
Oh, okay.
and then multiply it by 0.75.
27.
Or multiply by 0.25.
27,252.5.
Wow.
27,252.5. 20,439 and I guess 38 cents. Why did you have?
Hold on.
That's not it, that's not enough.
75. If we were funded 75%.
Yeah, so what's 25% of that big number that we just,
It was like $7,000.
what was the number you said, 7,000? Well,
What was the first number?
27,252.5.
7,252. Then.
multiply by 0.25.
0.25 or 0.75?
Multiply by 0.25.
Yeah, it's at 19. 6,813 and 13 cents.
6,813, 16 cents.
13.
13 cents.
I'm rounding up, just
Hold on.
for cents.
Still over 4,000.
So do it, what is 20, so you need $4,000?
So, want to do 70%?
Well. What was the rate, 27?
$27,252.50.
That would get, if you did 70%, you would get close. You would get pretty close.
What will be the difference?
What was it again, 27?
1,252.5.
8,175.
So that would be like 2,000.
How many cents?
75.
Yeah.
So it's a
So
70.
you're close. 70.
Let's go at 60. Let's see where that
So, one of my, yeah, if it works, like they keep going, cutting in and out, even on this pencil, it works
Wait.
consistently. Let's have that notepad everywhere.
Wait, I have.
Something that,
Multiple pens. This was.
I got this, it's fine.
something that I'm thinking about that
I know.
could be an issue is making all these cuts, correct? Is understandable, but at the same time, if you cut so much, people aren't gonna be able to go, period. So then all that money's gonna roll back, right? If you think about it. When, what it looks like going through the budgetary, everything, I mean, the big one is NESD being 25K.
Yeah, and also, for conferences,
And crew being 13.
right. Maybe you just, you can say, okay, you've asked for 2 conferences, you've asked for 2 conferences, they've asked for 1 conference. Everybody gets the funding for 1 conference.
Or do you cap the amount of people they can send? Because NESD is sending 30 people at 25K. Like, that's a ton of people to send to a conference, and crew is also sending,
55
crew is sending 85 for one of them and 55 for the other. So in my head, what's happening is this isn't really, yes, you're being fair, but you're not, because only sending 3 or 4 people that you could have funded way more would be way more beneficial than half funding at 25% and making everybody else pay the whole amount. So an extra 50, 85, and 30 people can go to a conference. So again, as an advisor, you don't have to do what I say, but I think capping is way more beneficial than sending that many people to retreats. So that's my 2 cents.
Are there organizations that have requested more than 1 conference?
There are 2 organizations.
Yes.
Crew has requested more than 1.
Which also is sending a
Yes.
total.
SBA has requested more than 1.
So there's
Yeah.
2 big ones.
Sweet has requested more than 1.
So if you were to allow them 1,
Would this be already mixing travel and lodging?
I mean, you could do it however you want. You could see what the numbers are to begin with.
Yeah.
But
if
if
you were, you were aware of
you
the
just have to
whole.
play with numbers is really what's gonna happen.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're,
I don't mind saying one.
Yeah, is that an hour probably?
you guys understand what
Oh, is it close?
Yeah, I don't mind.
It's not like,
Huh? I gotta go write my Spanish essay.
Those breaks, that's fair.
I'm a family person. Yeah.
We get it.
issues, we go.
Yes.
And at least it gives time to like organize things, so it's just,
Yeah. Program.
that's what, because there's so much wrong with this events.
Alright.
So there's a total, can you pull up the new Excel sheet? Let's put all the numbers in one place.
Yeah.
Or like a new section of just all the conference stuff. So there's a total of what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups going to conferences.
Yeah.
So we have,
Someone open up those and just give me numbers.
yeah, I have them open. We have AICHE, I don't know how they want to say theirs. And do you want me to give you the
Can you just,
requested?
you can just copy it in, right? Just so you can see it all together.
Needs to
Not
be-
from, oh.
Yeah, just go back to that sheet, I'll bring it to you. Do you want the already cut numbers? Or the original pricing?
We do original pricing for lodging, travel.
Okay. And registration, so lodging, original is 800. Travel is 2,000, and registration is 1,000. AMPU is next. Lodging is 1,000. Travel is 800. Registration is 700. I don't know if you want to know how many people there are too.
Oh, are these with the 50% cuts that we already gave across the
No,
board?
I'm giving you the original, you said
The
the
full
original.
original, right?
Yeah.
Just making sure.
So Bamboo has 10 people and the first one also has 10 people. The next one is Crew, and Crew has 2.
So the group one.
They have that full bundle. So do you want the full original bundle and the half? I mean,
Yeah, full original is the original.
9,775. And does that include lodging in it?
Yes.
So that one includes the lodging in it.
Alright, is this the retreat, the winter retreat?
Yeah.
Fall retreat or the winter?
That was winter.
Okay.
That's winter.
Oh no, that was fall. I'm
Fall,
sorry.
fall.
That was fall. So that your cut price with lodging was $4,887.50, and that's 85 people.
85. Alright, winter conference.
The winter conference is 9,625. That one does not include lodging, and that's the 55 people.
55.
So the fall retreat is what you initially had cut in half. Engineers Without Borders is next. The lodging is 1,600. Travel is 200. Registration is 2,600. Thanks. 8. Nesby, they have 2, so the fall regionals first. Lodging is 4,000, travel is 4,000, registration is 2,000, and that's 20 people. And then their annual conference, lodging, sorry, that's fine. Lodging is 12,000, registration is 6,000, and travel is 15. Sorry, I went out of order for you.
Oh, yeah, you did that, yeah.
6,000, travel is 50,000.
Yes, and that's 30 people. The last one is SWE. They also have 2 conferences.
What's the first one?
So the WE19 is 1,100 for lodging, 2,400 for travel, 440 for registration, and that it just 440, not 4,000,
Oh,
and 4 people. The next conference is, all they have on there is travel costs at 300, and they were saying between 12 and 18 people.
I'll just, yeah, we'll rank. So these are our totals. And the total amount, so for the off campus is 43, and this was the total available for conferences is $15,000. So, difference. What was it? 15 is 63. What was the centile of that?
13.6.
If it was broken up by club, it would be $2,500 each.
That was what?
Broken up per club.
You don't change the info.
Oh.
Oh no.
$55
People
for
are
people.
just living.
Add this one.
Yeah. Sure, I guess.
So the difference in requested versus non-requested is $62,000.
Damn. I need a 5 string, sorry. It's very rare that
How much she does.
I have a 6-pack or a 12-pack in my fridge.
So if you were to take, if you were to allow every group one conference, and fund you wanted to decide which one of the two conferences. The more expensive one or the less expensive one?
I'm putting in how much it is per person.
I'm gonna do this one.
No, it's not that, it's just like the best
Alright. How do we want to put these numbers?
What if you did the registration for everybody, but only with the, like, they only did, then that's $9,000.
I think a cap is a good idea. Well, doesn't one of these need to be split in half? Because it had lodging included in it?
Yeah, that was the fall retreat.
Fall
It was
retreat.
like 400 second.
Yeah, I was just double checking.
Could just give each club $2,500 since they're all over. I can decide what to do rather than us micromanaging which conference they do.
I mean, yeah, nobody's gonna go to,
Yeah, I definitely don't want to
But you're-
decide for from
yeah. But your statutes do state that you prioritize registration over everything else.
And we have.
Plus, we also look at the, if we were just gonna give like flat 2,500 to all the clubs, what about this little guy right here?
What do you mean?
But they're gonna get.
Sweet.
Yeah.
They have another one.
Yeah, this is the 25, 5, and 9. Okay, it's just 6 clubs, so it's all close to different.
Yeah.
But it's,
That'd be 500. The numbers too clean. Hold up. There you go.
It's not right. It's not right. Well, I had way too big of a number.
Since it's 6 o'clock. I remember.
Right.
Does anybody have to go at 6? I think I kind of have to too. And while I would, I think it's kind of coercive having a meeting later than it's central.
it is kind of what?
Coercive, saying if you don't say, you don't get to vote on. But I just think
Oh, I don't think they want to say that.
I think
there would have to be a third meeting to vote on the budget.
I understand where you come from on the coercive side, but unfortunately, SGA's had a history of meetings that go over their agenda a lot of times, and they're still going to say for some time. We all do need to.
And for Lisa and I, we got so you guys can't vote on that.
Yeah. I don't think that would be fair to them if we were to say they were.
Sorry, not fair. Granted, when you two leave, we'll have the ownership of the meeting. But it's already inherently unfair to people who can't make it right now. And unfortunately, our deadline is coming up.
Sort of.
I mean.
Right now, our saving grace is the fact that our budget has yet to be approved.
Hey.
Well, we have till, what is it, July 1st?
Next Monday.
We could do.
So I'm just playing with numbers, so don't mind me
Okay,
over
you're
here,
fine.
okay? I'm just gonna play with if there was a cap, let's say at 10 people, how much money that would save.
Okay. Just keep each column you're working on, so you can just have it.
Yeah, so just so that's what I'm playing with. Are there any other caps anyone would like me to play with? So the numbers of people we have are 10, 10, 85, 55, 8, 20, 30, 4, 12. So 10 seem to hit pretty much everyone fairly.
Well,
SGA and crew, we'll have 85, 55, 20, and 30.
Yeah.
We'll come with a solution
Really
to each
good
of those,
for
and our next meeting can be
WE
voting on said
though.
solutions. And it also makes it available for people who want to, because then they can create those solutions. And we hypothetically
I can
have
play with
9 or
12
8
also,
solutions,
since we
separate
has
solutions.
12.
And we can also say, well, here's what we're paying for.
But I
Let's
think
see if
over
we can
that is
find
the
out something that's meet all of them,
Everyone else
or
agrees.
one that's just perfect for everyone.
So I'm just gonna put how much money for people, how much money it would be.
For registration?
For the whole
Oh, okay.
thing.
Wait, how are you like calculating like lodging?
I divided it by the number of
Okay.
people, so,
That makes sense.
right here is travel and lodging divided
Got it.
by the amount of people.
Alright guys, we're giving you homework. Unfortunately, we will have to meet in person a third time, but I'm not making it another 9-hour meeting. What your assignment is to do is we're still in the hole for conference, we're still in the hole for on-campus events. Between now and whatever time our next meeting is going to be, you're going to go through these spreadsheets and you're going to come up with a unique solution individual to you in terms of what you would cut, what you would take away for on-campus events to make sure that we're no longer in the hole, what you would cut, what you would take away for conferences to make sure we're not in the hole. Coming with 2 plans, our next meeting, if all of us come with a plan, this also makes it available for people like Zane, people like Michael, who could not be here today. Everyone comes in with a plan, and our next meeting, sit down for an hour, we look at all of them, we vote. Candace?
People work together on it.
Yeah, people can work together. The idea behind it would be, once we get here, is all voting on like one plan, you can find a happy medium, but I want everyone to come prepared with some idea. So the first 2 hours of our meeting aren't just, how do we get out of the hole? It's, here are a bunch of ways to get out of the hole, which one's the best? Stop.
And just like duplicate around the reading with your name at the bottom, so I can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know what you're doing.
Can I do beside it?
So you
So what you guys can also do is file, make a copy.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Make a
that.
copy of that, summary
can
budget
make-
requests with
You can
your
copy
name.
the entire thing. That's wonderful. No,
Before we.
also that, like you're saying, third meeting, but when is that going
Yeah.
to be?
That's what we're now going to decide.
I cannot recall from the very beginning. I can't.
It's going to have to be a weekend.
I'm good for next
So
Sunday.
the problem house.
And next Saturday.
You mean this Sunday, is
This
that?
Sunday, okay.
Yeah, so guys, as far as I'm concerned right now, there are no plans for the board to meet in terms of getting our budget passed for the July 1st deadline. And because right now there are no plans for that, I do not feel, and as Linda said, we're not as constricted by said July 1st deadline. Regardless of what happens, the chancellor most likely will have to send an email saying, we cannot release funds to you at this time.
So.
Because we don't have a budget, we cannot release funds to you at this time. So we're not constricted by the 1 week deadline, although I would prefer to hopefully meet sometime for, let's say, July 14th, middle of July.
I think we meet again next Monday, July 1st. And
I've taken a day off from work, I will get tired.
I would be down
Sunday the 3rd.
I'm good on Sunday. I'm not here. July. No, I'm gone till July. Oh, yeah, I'm not. I mean, you said mid-July,
You
so.
won't be able to meet in this building on the weekend.
Yeah.
You have to meet somewhere else. That's just
We're gonna do those. Yeah, we were gonna do the RLC and just like everyone for 2 hours every day. Well, we weren't gonna do that.
But I guess we probably would just.
Oh, yeah, because we're not
Let's do it for
staying for
safety.
long.
Safety, yeah.
I don't know if we can put those, but.
So, first of all, is everyone okay with coming up with just a solution to the problem, so that everyone comes in with something for both conferences and both? Make a copy, you can edit all you want, just make sure that copy is available for all of us to see by the time of our next meeting.
Wait, just to confirm, so that's, we have to make all the conference money total less than 15,000 and
Gotta put it
whatever.
all into the.
And then the other thing that we're cutting, how much we have to cut off campus in general about?
Off campus, we don't have to cut anything else.
On campus is 20.
Oh, on
So you have to
campus.
find a way to make up $25,000 here, $30,000.
So just in case anyone's curious, with 10 people, that includes full travel and lodging, brings you down to 33,840 versus 77. So that cap alone is not capping travel or lodging, and you're already down less than half. More than half, sorry.
Well, but that's,
Say that again.
So that 10 people cap, let's say you cap how many people you would fund for a conference, right? So that column on that left adds up to 33,840 with the original lodging costs in there, so that doesn't count 50% travel and lodging. So that is capping your, how many people you are willing to spend for. Something to consider. And that, like I said, doesn't include the 50% of travel and lodge.
Yeah.
Alright. It's up on the calendar. Mark, I must be.
You're saying the 30th?
This is the SGA calendar.
I would say like Saturday or Sunday.
Mhm.
I mean, we're only working with weekends, so I guess is there any weekend that doesn't work? I mean, we're not gonna be able to
Weekend
July.
after July 4th.
That's same thing. Okay. So then either the 29th, 30th, or 13th or 14th. If we wanted to look at it in July. Like Saturdays and Sundays? Yeah. So if we did this Saturday or Sunday, yes, at least this Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes.
But on July
Oh,
13th and
That's
14th.
Jessica's calendar. I always have a calendar.
Yeah.
By a whole one person, and that's
I'm not
me.
even watching.
Oh.
This is July 2.
Yes.
Ooh.
So you got it right.
Huh?
I remember I should just contact you about it. Check it. Alright, so. Let's get your emails in. Or no, actually, not yet. Alright. So, our options are 29th, 30th,
You have to
or
make sure you're in quorum too.
13th, 14th. I'd like to give you guys more time with 1 week to come up with your solutions. Personally. But.
If you have 2 weeks to do something, when are you actually gonna do it?
I would
Especially like July 4th.
I think we can
a lot
still
of
skip
people
the
need to see.
deadline. I would like to do that just so we have that and can pass it by when we said we would.
So let's agree.
Even if it would be hard.
So you would be passive.
Can we do June 30th, the Sunday?
We can do it.
What is this one? ROC, oh, AOK.
I think Sunday will be the best one.
Yeah,
I'll have like jobs or whatever.
just give up.
Give up. Wow.
When the going gets tough, give up.
That's what I tell myself.
I have that tattooed on.
Those will set.
Would you guys mind if it was Sunday afternoon-ish? Because I have a staff trip that's at 2 p.m. I'll be up there. Fires.
I mean, as long as we don't go to the game.
On the 30th.
What
That
time
would
do you
be-
Oh, yeah, let me check some.
That guy's will be, if not, that's fine. Which won't be good.
If we have plans, like I thought we would be done like around 12 o'clock today.
Yeah.
But I could do afternoon, but
What?
I don't want to underestimate how much time it's gonna take again.
Well, that's the idea for also with our budget, we don't ever have it. The hard part with going through the entire list, and the goal behind this is that we won't have to do that again. It'll literally just be, we're not creating any new plans, it'll be whatever you bring to the table is what we have.
Oh. Wait, so you're saying it meet at 2? Oh, wait.
So my thing should end by 2. I'm in Virginia, so I'll probably have an hour drive. I can eat and drive to
That's
3
fine.
o'clock in Preston.
Should we do like 3 to 5?
Just use Scott's method and just go straight to it.
Come on, that'll make it shorter again.
Not all members should be out of the forum.
So if Elise is that time, it's out of town.
You're out of town.
Well, we have
Can
Zane,
you
Michael.
still submit?
If you don't know if they're coming,
Yeah, but we should ask them. We shouldn't just plan on when all members
Because what's
present.
your budget look like?
Yeah.
Other representatives.
What time?
So for options, I'll put
Is
the
this the one with the
30th,
door?
I'll put the 13th and the
The last
14th,
one,
yeah,
yeah.
poll in the finance board Slack, and we'll see what people respond to.
Why not the 29th?
The 29th?
The Saturday?
Of July?
No,
No,
June.
June.
I was like, that's a little late.
I'm trying to get it done by June 3rd.
July 1st? I think we can definitely have it done by the next June 1st.
Thanks.
You could do that. Justin, will you be available? On Saturday?
Yeah.
If we organize in the morning, and then I wouldn't be available like in the evening
If it's on the 29th, I can't. That's,
at all.
I don't.
Wait, why, so who couldn't be there on the 30th? I mean, you can't be there on the 30th?
Well, I can.
Who
You cannot.
Alicia would not be able to be on the
I'll
30th.
move it. I know.
Can
I guess
you be
they
here
don't.
on Sunday?
I can be here on Sunday, Saturday. Monday.
Can we do Sunday like at 3:30?
3:30 to 9 would work.
3:30.
If it takes that long, 3:30 till it's done. I want to get it done. I don't want to.
I mean, I would have to go at
If we're arrested at SAFRB for not getting it done on time,
Okay.
I don't want to be the one who
but
doesn't.
the library is
In case they happen to just be.
Where do I go to?
Like, yeah, we just.
If they meet on Monday because of Brenda's email.
You're not going to. I promise you that. Can we walk up to the?
But
Well, that'd be it.
I want to get it done by
That's
Wednesday.
why we're meeting up, so.
I agree. All right,
Okay, so
Sunday, 3:30 to whenever it gets done. Sunday the 30th.
Okay,
Please.
At the moment, we have a quorum to get
You
it
don't
done.
need to book it.
We would like to make sure more people show up, ideally.
Yeah.
But we need
So
to get it
Elise
done.
is coming, Nithya, Elsa, Justin, you and
Yeah, I
I.
can just do
Yeah.
it real quick.
So
Just tell me
that's
what
fine.
to do right there.
That's 5, and then we have a maybe on 2.
Yeah, he's gonna be out till 16.
Of July?
How do you feel about that?
That one's July.
What are activities at the conference?
Yeah, it's like a summer research opportunity. So it was a 1 month event. Till the 16th.
Do you have 5
Okay.
activities and 2 things?
That's 4.
Get it done. That's what we gotta do.
You can still see if you have ideas from this. You can
Yeah.
still see. You will. I promise you. All right, I'm adjourning this meeting at 6:08 p.m.
Big hammer.
Wait, well-
Pass the gavel, what do you mean?
I thought we were gonna end at 7.